guys, Chris Haskins with the realestateroundup.com, and thank you for joining me today. This is going to be another flip tip, and I also want to thank Calvin for rolling with me today. Thank you, my brother.
You're welcome, Chris.
Yes, sir. Today, flip tip. Today is going to be we're going to be examining a day in the life of a real estate investor. A day in the life of a real estate investor, which happens to be me. And I want to take you through my world and what we do on an everyday basis. Basically, we're going to be looking at a construction site that we're doing, and we're going to be going by two houses. One of which I have the contract here. I'm going to show you a little story about that. And a lady wants to sell me a house. She put a lockbox on it, and we're going to go inside and take a look at it. I haven't even seen it yet. Okay, but before we get to the meat of our training and getting out of here, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about success and your mindset. Years ago, when I retired from the music business, I remember our first publishing deal was $200,000, and I went completely broke, down to $80 in the bank. I remember it like it was yesterday. I feel like I'm still that $80 in the bank guy, which is kind of the way I operate, probably the way why I operate the way I do. But at the time, I didn't understand how money worked and success. And my goal for my family is to be free, to have freedom of my time and to have freedom of my income, passive income, so I can move around and do things. But I want to talk to you today. Eben Pagan talks about our chimp tendencies and how success is counterintuitive. Success is counterintuitive. What do I mean by that? Well, when you earn money, you get a paycheck. The first thing, and what I did, if you want to see my full story, if you want to read my full story, just download the link. There's a link to my full book below of how I was in the music business and went broke, then got into real estate. But when you earn money, if you spend it on yourself and on consumable goods, which is what I did when I first was introduced to, I guess, prosperity, I went broke quickly because I didn't have success in my mind. Our chimp tendencies is to make money, then go spend it on what we want, right? Spend it on what we want because our desires, our needs, or what we think are our needs, we want to go fulfill them. And so what did I do? I went out, blew all my cash because I wanted to portray I was successful, what I thought was successful, but I spent it on things that I wanted. And when I started to be truly successful and getting some more freedom regarding my time, I started spending money, investing my money, and instead of spending it on me, I had to give it all away. It's so weird. In order for you to be truly successful and freedom of time, you have to give your money away so it can get out in the marketplace and work on your behalf. If you're out there working for it, the minute you stop working, the money stops. So in order for you to have true freedom and to be successful, you have to give your money away and invest in assets. So now what I do every time, what we do is we pay down mortgages and we buy income producing assets with the income that we earn. And that's what we do, period. That's how we operate. So if we get some cash coming in, we pay mortgages down so we can turn the income that I make. Once we spend it, it can turn itself around and be passive and coming back to us. So it kind of took me, matter of fact, it took me several years to understand the concept of giving all of it away. Because once you get it, I would get big checks, wholesaling and flipping houses. Years ago when the market was going crazy, we called it the Wild Wild West, 2005, 6, 7. You could tell, we were making $40,000, $50,000 per house. And I was spending it all on myself, what I wanted, stuff. But now as I've gotten older, you know what, I wish I could have taken some of that money, just a little bit of that money, and invested it and given it away to the right people and to the right transactions and held some real estate back then. I'd be a lot further. So now what do? We take the income that we make, either we immediately convert it into assets. If it's not big enough to convert it into an asset, we put it away and we stack it up until it turns into it, until we can convert it into an asset. Okay, just wanted to share that with you. So if you want to be successful and gain your time back, which is what we have today, you have to give your money away, guys. I know it's gonna hurt. You might not even believe me. The good thing about it is it doesn't matter if you believe me or not. Read some success books, read your Napoleon Hills. They preach about it also. Okay, what do I have in my hand here? The first place we're going, well, will it be the first? Yes, let's go ahead and do this one first. We're gonna stop by here. I have an envelope in my hand. I met with a seller the other day. We agreed to terms. Literally, the man mails me, I sent him the contract, he mails me a contract. I'm gonna open it up here. I feel it in here. And what does he mail me along with it? Look at this. Can you read that? Did it come out? He mails me the key to his house. And I want to tell you that there is a world out there, guys, where people do not want their house. They are happy for you to come solve their problem. But you have to make sure when you show up to solve their problem that you're focusing on them and not on yourself. Once again, here that counterintuitive thing is most people I talk to, they want to make money. How do I make money? How do I earn money? And the key is to help other people. You have to help other people. So when I met with him, wrote the contract up, he told me what he wanted. I'm not going to get into exact details on this video because I want to do a special one for that. But here I have the contract here. We always do a 2-page contract. And he mailed me the key. So we're going to go to this site here. You'll see this one. Our second site is going to be a construction site. And our third, we're going to go to two houses we're interested in buying. And one is going to be a construction site. So you ready to roll, Kyle?
Yeah, let's go.
Let's do it. Okay, all right, guys. So we're on the way to the first house. We're going to go ahead and stop by the property where the guy mailed me the contract with the key. I love it. Let me give you a little bit of story on this one. It's a house. It's got a lot. It's got an additional lot next to it, and hopefully we'll be able to build 2 houses on it. And I'm going to show you the survey that the guy gave me. Very nice piece of land. But Cal, if you had a question, what was your question, brother? So we can go over that stuff.
How do you stay focused?
Staying focused. Excellent question. Good God, it's such a good question. I'll do a whole nother video on that soon. But I have some tricks and there's some secrets. Howard Schultz, the guy, the CEO of Starbucks, calls it the back office. So much stuff that you don't even see. All you see is the house stuff. A lot of this stuff is front office. So the back office is how I stay focused. One of the things that I do that people never see. Several things that I do to stay focused, and I didn't create any of them. Evan Pagan did a training about time management and willpower. We only have so much willpower in a day. So you have to use it in spurts. It's called the circadian rhythm. Everything goes, a frequency is up and down, circadian rhythm. We're awake X amount of hours and we sleep X amount of hours. We have a certain amount of energy we can push out and then we need to recharge. So how do I stay focused every day? I try to do things in spurts. I have a timer, 40 minutes. I hit the timer, I focus on that one thing, my newsletter. We type a newsletter comes out every week. I write early in the morning at 6 o'clock. Nothing else is bothering me. Number one is a timer. Well, I don't want the first thing is a timer. The second thing is I pray every night. Calvin, I pray every night God to give me the ability to focus. Because as I learned from Pharrell Williams, I was interning at the studio where he was working at Winmark. Pharrell Williams told me if a man can control his mind, he can do anything. So every night I pray, God, give me the focus. Every night without exception, I pray for that. Third thing, I log out of email. Log out of email when I'm at home. You'll never see me checking email at home because I know it's something Napoleon Hill calls drifting, or the devil calls drifting. Because once you start drifting, it's easy to just keep going, and then you're gone eventually. Log out of email. I do not check Facebook throughout the day. I might check it once, sometimes every other couple of days, but you won't see me checking Facebook on my phone or at home. Turn the TV off. Very, very rarely do you see me watching regular TV. I do like YouTube because I get to focus on exactly what I want to see, which is stuff that's going to push into me as opposed to take away from me when I'm watching the TV. When you watch normal shows, all they do is want to keep you on there so they can sell you something. But when you watch YouTube, you can choose, they can pour into you instead of pouring out of them. All right, let's see. So pray, log out of email. The great thing about logging out of email is it doesn't even give you an opportunity to drift. So if you don't see the email, then you don't even know it's there. Another thing, I do not sleep with the phone in my room. I don't have any devices in my bedroom. I keep them in the living room. So have you ever waken up at night and check your phone, Kyle?
Oh yeah, many times.
Oh my Lord. Oh my goodness. Ooh, terrible drifting habit. Terrible. So I sleep with it in the living room. I'm sorry, yeah, I keep it charging in the living room so I have no opportunity to do it. I try to take myself out of these little drifting modes. Those are the 5 things that I kind of do to stay focused. What do you think?
Oh yes, very good.
Audio, one last thing on the phone. I turn audio text messaging off. Audio text messaging off. If someone sends me a text, if any of my friends or colleagues are watching this, and it may take me 3 or 4 hours to get, has that ever happened to you, Calvin, when you send me a text and it takes me an hour or two to get back at you?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It's not because I don't like you, I love you, my brother, but I have to focus on what I'm doing right in front of me. We can only do one thing at a time. The human brain can process one thing at a time. So what I do is I turn the volume down on my text messages. And ultimately, I like to turn the volume down on my ringer as well, but I'm not there yet. But I turn the volume down on my text so I can finish what I'm doing. And then when I get ready, not when the texter chooses for me to get ready, but when I get ready to respond, I can. Then I can finish what I have in front of me in order for me to move on to the next thing. All right, so turn the volume down on those phones, guys. Okay, guys, we're here at our first site. I kind of switched it up on you. We're going to start at our construction site here. If you remember a few videos ago, we had a bomb explode inside of this property. We had to bust out all the walls and do all new electrical. I'll show you a video down there real quick of some snips. And today we're putting it all back together. We're putting new drywall and mudding, so come take a look, see what they're doing. Remember, this all was torn out here. The walls were all busted open here. I'm gonna take a pan and look down. You know, remember these walls were open. I'm gonna show you some before and afters too as we get closer to being finished. Our hot water heater has now been moved from that side to here, all tied in, good, looking good. And you remember this wall here? You came inside, this wall was all busted out. So now we got new mud coming in. We're using 5/8 thick sheetrock because the old plasterboard was thicker than the new stuff. So this room looks looking good already. The rolling right along is looking very good. It looks actually unbelievable. Coming along, bro. He's measuring it up over there. What he has to do is, it's easier to hang drywall when you got a square. He's measuring out to cut a square out. It's hard to believe, but if you look down here, this is all the sheetrock that has to go in. It didn't look like it before we got started, but this is a lot of sheetrock that's going in. We'll get this all done later today. So I'll bring you back. We'll bring you back after all the drywall is done. You can take a look at how it looks. Okay, guys, we're here at our next site. We're at the location where the guy mailed me the contract. Here's the property here, the house. Nice looking house, but when you see inside, you're gonna change your mind. And that's the lot over there. It's gonna be the second lot that we're hoping to build on, but I'm not sure if we can yet, but that's gonna be our goal. And I'll show you the survey here shortly. So this is the land here. We got about 5,000 square feet here, and the house is on 5,000 square feet. The owner told me that when they built this house, they purposely put the lot line is right about right here, and the house encroaches on the second lot. So as it sits, you cannot build on this lot over here. So the only way to be able to build, you have to tear this house down. And you will be surprised how and what people will live in once we get inside. Once we get inside of this one, it's gonna really be something. Just be prepared, because I don't know if the condition of this house led to the guy maybe getting sick and moving out or something, but let's go inside. As it sits, it's a 2-bedroom with a finished attic. It's got a garage, 1-car garage. Let's do it. Morning, my brother.
All right.
It's a nice door, by the way. So we've got the living room here. This isn't too bad. But if you notice, see how I'm going downhill? I'm shrinking, I'm getting lower. But the whole house is leaning down over here. It's about 6 inches lower on that side of the house, of the room. So we've got a standard bathroom here, 2 bedrooms on each side. And this is where the gentleman was taking his showers at. God bless him, I'm sure. I mean, it seems like this is the original tub that's been in here. Not too bad. We got bedrooms, you can pan around here. Nice red bedrooms, can't see too much. Another bedroom in here. This one has hardwood floors. If you notice, I don't know, you've probably seen some of my other videos, but these old doors, I guess people were shorter back in the day when they made these houses, but when you renovate these, you gotta take the doors up. See, it doesn't fit too low, too short. And you see something going on here in the ceiling. Looks like it could be mold. Here's the kitchen. You can see I'm starting to shrink again. This is the stove that was used here to cook on. And wow, if you stand over there, you can get the refrigerator. You got a fridge here. And I presume that this is the original stuff that's been in here, guys, you know. This is the kicker that we're getting ready to see in this garage. It feels, it smells moist back here. Can you see, Cal?
Yep.
This is like the playroom, or what I want you to notice as you walk in. Not only there's a bunch of stuff here, a lot of Halloween. Look at this guy. Halloween stuff for you there. The neighbors told me that he was like the Halloween mascot. But we're in the garage. If you notice the bottom here, you can see how it looks black. We got white paint, but we're getting black coming through the paint. That tells me something's going on. Okay, I want you to hold your breath. This is the bathroom in the garage. You notice how the door is white, but the door is black coming through, but the wall is white. So that tells me something's going on in this room here. All right, Carly, ready? So this room, I'm not gonna go in there, but you can scan down and up. That's all mold, guys. All black mold. I don't know what it's coming from. You want to not do it. Good gracious. You look at the ceiling there, it's all coming around. All around here, that's mold. Whew. Don't want to bring too much of that in. Okay, let's get out of here. Woo. After you, my brother. Man, that's rough. So the gentleman was living in here with that. I don't know if that made him sick or what, but we're not even gonna go in it. Yeah, it's just an attic up there. Okay, so this is our second stop, and hopefully we'll be able to take you to the next stop to look at the house that we want to actually buy. This one we have under contract to close. All right. Okay, we're here at our third and final stop. Property, all brick rancher. You can see the windows look good. The lady sent me a picture of the lockbox on the front door with the code, so she told us to go right inside. But from first glimpse, we probably won't do this deal. Looks like it's in good shape already. And the value that we bring to homeowners is that we buy ugly houses, and because of the repairs, we get a discount. Fun inside. You see they put a lockbox right on there. After you, my brother.
Okay.
When you walk in, the first thing you can do is it smells old. See, the carpet here is probably, I don't know, 15, 20, maybe, I don't know, this is very old carpet. But the kitchen isn't bad. This is kind of nasty. Somebody's cutting the grass, but see, the kitchen's old. But old in a rehabber's mind is the same as being not even there. So basically, old stuff like this, we have to rip it all out because today's mom wants granite and new countertops. But in a house like this, you can live in it. So some like a landlord could buy it and rent it out, which leads me to believe once again that we probably won't do this deal because somebody can live in it as is. Bathroom here. Got my favorite Telltale sign, green flooring, green tile going around here. It's from the 60s and the 70s. Telltale sign. That's how they did it back in the day. See the bath? You get everything in the bathroom? Bathroom's old. Bedroom's kind of small. There's a master here. Probably a 12 by 12 maybe. We got a half bathroom right here. Another thing with that floor tile. We got brown floor tile, just indicative of 1970s and 1980s. No, let me take that back. 1960s, 1970s. This does have central heating in there. Take a look at the garage. One car garage. And the electrical looks good. We got updated electrical, so we're gonna make her an offer. But if you remember our last house, there's a reason why I like doing these videos, because you can see the house, the difference in the houses, right? You can see the deals we do, and most rehabbers. Houses like these, a landlord would probably pay $20,000 to $30,000 more than what we could pay, because I still have to get a discount in order for me to make money. So we're gonna have to do a new kitchen here, which is gonna be 10 grand, and then we're gonna have to do new flooring, new paint, probably a new roof, and 2 new bathrooms. I'm gonna turn that half bathroom into a full, because I don't really like doing 1 bathroom houses. They take a lot longer to sell than 2 bathroom houses. The windows are good here. Oh, it says don't touch the blind. Do not touch curtains. Don't touch curtains. Okay. All right, guys. So this is Chris Haskins with the training. If you want to download my ebook, it's just click the link below. A day in the life of a real estate investor. Get out there and bring some value to your marketplace. I know you don't want to hear that, but bring some value to the marketplace, aka go out there and earn some money. Subscribe to my channel below, and we'll see you next time. Okay.